You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, G. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show.
Just waiting for music right now. Just want to go home right now. There, see? Let me go home. Well, they all got to go to their homeland today in Shahs of Sunset. Episode 13, Return to the Homeland, Part 2. They got to get as close to home as they safely could, which we saw in this episode, and we can't wait to talk to you guys about. My name is Lyndsey Wegner. I'm your host, and tonight joining me is the lovely
English Cleveland. Hi, everyone.
And we are certainly missing our co-host, Mr. Cortez G. West, and he is currently filming at Biggest Loser at the actual
reunion or finale
show. So he's rocking out there, and we miss you a lot, and we look forward to having you back here with us next week for the finale.
We can't wait to see you. And everyone, go check out his segment on AFTERBUZZ TV on iTunes, just like you do ours. Go rate his 5 comments. Let him know how much you missed him tonight, and go watch his Biggest Loser season finale.
So, like I said, we're in part 2 of Return to the Homeland. Last week we saw the whole group, minus Lily, go back to Turkey as close as they could get and visit home and be around some of Asa's family and friends that she hasn't seen in 27 years, I believe it was.
Right.
And there was no drama last week, so we were all so very happy. We were all doing the happy dance over here, and it was still a very emotional episode as well.
For us and them.
And the cast.
Yes.
But we were all very happy with a drama-free, happy, good vibed episode. And we got the same thing today.
Yes.
So bravo once again.
Woohoo!
Yay. Good job. So let's start off with the beginning of this episode and a little bit of awkwardness for all of us watching. I got excited because I'm like, oh, they're going on a yacht. This is great. We find out that Reza has motion sickness, and I guess GG does too. I thought you take a pill.
Well, I just felt like it was some like foreign thing that they're telling him, get this in your butt. And
have you guys heard of this? Is this what you? Every time I've been I don't get motion sickness, so I guess I'm not one to talk.
Yeah, me
But I
neither.
know that when my dad would go, we'd go to an amusement park or something, or he'd be on a boat. He'd take a pill,
or the bracelet, or like the motion sickness bracelet, or something like that.
I never knew there was an actual suppository for it, nor would I want to really partake in that
at all. There's no, you can pay me to do that. Like, it just seems crazy.
I was really just surprised. I'd never seen that, and they're obviously on reality TV, so they're so open to just having it out there.
Reza knew so much about it. He's like, well, what you need to do, all the steps to take.
He had the full-blown list, 5-step rules of what was going on and how to do it, and was willing to help GG. I guess they become really close and stuff, but not something that I would want to be a part of. I'll take the pill or wear the bracelet.
I'll do the bracelet, yeah.
Yeah. So in the next scene, we see Asa talking to Reza, and she's found out after drinking her chai at lunch or something, the waiter has told her that it's possible for them to take a flight to the border, and then a car or van will drive them as far as they can go without basically going into Iran, but getting them as far as they safely can go, and they'd be able to be close to their homeland.
My thing is, I feel like is it okay for her to be talking to people like, hey, guess what?
Openly.
I can't. Yeah, so openly, like, I can't get in. You know what I mean? And then it's like randomly this waiter's like, oh, you can. And then their tour guide is like, you know, he has all these connections like the Underground Railroad. I'm like, it's just, I know I'm jumping too far, but it just seemed weird that when she said that, mind you, let me pause that for a second. Reza, I love your Vivienne Westwood boat shoes. They were amazing. I was like, hold on. Those are good. But yeah, I just thought that it was weird that she was speaking to her waiter that she's not allowed in Iran.
Well, and how do you really trust somebody? I mean, obviously she doesn't come off as a tourist there. Like, we're in another foreign country, and, you know, I was in the Dominican Republic this summer, and they say, you know, it's better to not leave the resort, especially women walking alone at night. There's a lot of pickpockets and sexual assaults.
Right.
And I mean, I'm tan, and when I get to a tropical place, I get even more tan, and I can speak Spanish. But I still look like a tourist.
Right.
So I wouldn't, you know, do something like that where she doesn't look like a tourist. But how do you trust these guides that they're actually going to take you there and not take you and kill you?
That's
like
what
she was saying.
I kept thinking that the whole time, like, because it is like a shady, shisty situation. He was like, well, you know, this road that we're taking is road where they bring bodies back, like people that are trying to break free. Then how are you so trustworthy, you know, to trust them that they are going to do that and you don't know them? Just seemed a little weird.
A little, and like you said, to talk about it so openly with just some random person that you don't know, even though he's a waiter, it just seems dangerous.
Yeah, very
But
dangerous.
They obviously, the production and crew had to have checked into it because, you know, I think we all knew that this was going to happen, that they were going to be able to get close.
Right.
So it must have been something that they were talking to people and trying to find out a way in as best they could.
Right.
And so we found out a little bit more about Asa and her being a political refugee and the fact that her father was high up in the army.
In the Navy.
In the Navy.
And he was like a captain at sea. And that's what, when they got on the yacht, she said that there were so many memories that her dad shared with her. I think it's the Sea of
Marmara?
Yeah.
Marmara.
And that her dad, you know, shared so many stories with her on that same water. So it was such a great experience for her to be on a yacht and reliving her dad's memory. So that's good.
Well, what would you do if you were given the opportunity, because I was kind of questioning this, if you could get close to the border but not go all the way in, would that deter you from going? Would that almost seem like I'd be like, I want to go in. I want to get in. I want to be there. It would almost, to me, hurt more to be that close and not being able to go.
Well, the thing is, I feel like how they said once they got there, and were even just to be able to smell the same air, they left all of the baggage there. So I think that it's, you know, before you go, you're playing in your head, like, should I even go? Should I not? You know, it's something that may hurt me or better me. And beneficially, it bettered them. And, you know, like she said, she left a 10,000-pound rock there at the border. And Reza says that he feels like, you know, he's left all of his issues there too. So I don't know. I think I would go just because I'm so close. I'm like, I can't not be able to just experience looking at it and just seeing it. I'm a daring person, so I might go to the border like you were like, why can't they just show up to the border and say, let me in?
Well, and that's my question. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't know enough about the country and about the way that their government works and letting people in and out, kind of like the way that we do in the U.S. or even when we're crossing into the Mexican border here, if you're going through Tijuana and stuff like that. So I'm not quite sure how all of that works. But that's what I was questioning. Well, why can't they just go to the border and say, we're U.S. citizens, we want to go in? But they said that it's potential that they could be tortured or killed.
And the thing is, I feel like they are very serious. Like, look at how many snipers they had and how many towers. I think first of all, production's not going to let them do that because they're not going to go. And then second of all, I just don't think it's a good risk to take because then it's like, all the things that you've left behind at home. Imagine, like, you can never, ever leave there.
Or get
you're
back.
tortured. Yeah, you
get
can't
back home.
So I wouldn't risk that.
Yeah. You're right. So they make the decision they're going to go, and they take this yacht trip out to the Sea of Marmara, and everyone's getting along. Mike and MJ make up. What did you say last week? That we had 2 apologies out of MJ?
Yes, we did. And now she is on the right track. I love MJ. I love you. I've always loved you. But now I feel more of a connection. Like she's more, this episode, she was able to show that she actually is a real person and that she isn't just someone that's conniving or trying to, because she's bitter, to let her issues spill over on someone else. Like, she didn't even want to share her issues with Asa because she felt like, I don't want to share it with you because then I'm not going to be able to stop crying, and that's going to affect you. Like, she really actually cared when Asa and Reza went over to the border. She was like, I'm just so worried about them. I can't wait for them to get back. I can't wait for them to tell me their stories and all of that. And she was super emotional. So I really loved MJ this episode, and she was forgiving too, very forgiving.
Very open. We saw a different side of her, and like Mike said, she's opened her mouth a little bit more this season, so she's become more controversial.
Right.
But that's given her this voice, and maybe if this is who she really is, and we get to get her voice out, but then see the softer side that's coming out. Maybe you need to like get that out so that you can come in and realize, look at how many people she's been. She's become a totally better person at forgiving and talking and working through things, unlike her mother. And we all know that's probably where she gets that from, that holding everything in or not wanting to talk and confrontation. So it's obviously much better.
Which we do see next
Which we see come out next week.
More issues between her and her mother.
But it was nice to see that exchange between her and Mike. And I really felt bad for her, though, because you could tell she really, really wanted to be on that trip with Asa and Reza. But
I wonder why she couldn't go.
You know, she said that it meant more to them because of Asa being a political refugee. And I think from what we can tell, it seems similar for Reza, although I don't know exactly what that is, if he is or not. But so I guess it means more to them because she is able to get into the country the same way that GG and Mike would be able to. So it's different for them. They actually wouldn't be killed or tortured if they wanted. I don't understand.
The thing is, okay, when we were discussing it and we were talking, we were wondering, like, so our understanding, and you guys let us know if it's something different, comment, rate, like we do every week, and you guys have been so diligent and so wonderful. We really do appreciate you guys going on iTunes, and if you don't know, now you know. Go on iTunes, rate, comment, let us know how much you enjoy our show, join in on our conversations. We always respond. We always thank you guys and appreciate you guys for going on, and thank you for giving us such great reviews. So let us know on this topic. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you guys like to do that. So Asa's dad, he was in the military, the Navy, and they just up and left. He was a captain and he didn't agree with something, or they didn't agree, and so their family just left?
I think he probably felt at the time it was too dangerous, so they just picked up their stuff and left with a young child. I mean, 2 young children, her and her brother. I think they all just left for the safety and maybe wanting something more at the time and thinking there was better.
Okay.
I don't know if they exactly fled to the United States or if they fled to another country and then moved to the United States. I don't think we've heard Asa say how long they've been there.
Right.
But I think it was for fear of the family's life, and maybe things were getting very, very bad with the war at that time.
That's why that's when we were talking while watching it, and I was like, well, I feel like that's maybe why Asa can't get back in, because they literally just like up and left. And maybe... And her dad is so high up, so they know like their last name, their family, all of that. So that leads me to ask, and if anyone else knows, why can't Reza get back? Is his situation similar? I feel like a lot of the storyline that we need to piece together, they're not showing it. They're
not giving us the full details of why Reza can't do it. And they're almost... you know, when Lily was having the conversation with Asa, and she's like, you can go right in. What do you mean? I can go right in. Now, Lily might not be a political refugee.
Right.
But she was saying it wasn't a big deal. But they almost keep it quiet and hidden.
And even our viewers, you guys commented, and we're seeing, like, you know, you guys felt the same way that we feel. And I don't want to disrespect Asa and Reza because that's their thing. I'm not going to say I don't believe you, but because of the producers and how I don't know what they're doing, editing it, they've watered it down for us to not be able to understand it. And now that makes it everyone else believe that it's like, well, why can't they go? And I know you guys have commented too. And then Lily's saying that, and she's actually their friend. So it just makes it seem like, so if you guys want to come on, Asa and Reza, and let us know, please, you're more than welcome to, because we really do want to know, and we want to be able to understand why you guys can't go back. And I know it's a touchy subject. I know you left it all there, but come on.
We want the full scoop.
Yeah,
we want the inside details. So that would be great to know. So, so I thought that it was really, really awesome that they're able to go, but definitely felt bad for MJ not being able to go with them, but being super supportive of it. And you can tell she's disappointed, but she's very supportive of them. And like she said, she really missed them and was worried. They were all worried for their safety. So we get to them taking this flight to the edge of Turkey and then getting in the vans, and they start talking about it. And Asa's mom is so excited to be back, and she can't remember a time like this when they could be there and be this close. And they're all starting to get, pieces are breaking away at each of them, and they're starting to get emotional and open up a little bit more about their feelings. And we see the sniper tower, and if that guy sees you, he can kill you. And we hear that they're actually smuggling people in and out of, is it just in the country or is it in and out of the country?
I think out of it. I don't think people want to go there. If you're from there, then I understand, but I feel like it's still very dangerous, like they were saying. So majority of the people are trying to get out. And
so these guys were smuggling them to get to the border but they were a part of a bigger group of people smuggling people out. Which crazy. I mean, can you imagine if they were caught?
Like, that's so dangerous and so scary. Like,
that's why I said it's almost better to just go right up to the hey, here I am, versus like getting caught there.
Right.
And I think once they got on the land and Reza started talking about how all the hatred and everything, all his anger was let go by that, and Asa losing 10,000, a 10,000-pound rock being gone, that's when I realized absolutely I'd want to go.
Yeah. That's when I'm starting a new life. I mean, what great
closure.
Yeah, it's like, and then for her mom, like she said, this meant to her mom a million times more than it meant to them. And that her mom is just like, I'm smelling the air. I'm sitting here and we're looking, and we even agreed. It looked like a beautiful painting. Like it did look like a whole nother sunshine, a whole nother world. Like they were looking into a picture. It looked beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was. And then, for her mom, like she said, she never was able to go to her parent, see her dad. Say
goodbye to her dad.
She really mentioned her dad. And then, now she's so sad that she can't even go to their graves now that they passed away.
That made me cry.
Yeah.
That made me cry to hear that, to not even be able to see that, because obviously that means so much to her, and to be that close and not be able to get that final goodbye or that closure to that, but to at least be on the edge and taking it all in.
It's amazing.
And they took so many pictures.
They did.
And I said I would just roll down that hill, and I loved them like running off and skipping into the sunset.
Yeah.
It was super cute.
Super cute. It was such a great family moment. And even Reza said, he's like, I look at Asa's mom. What's her name? I forget her name.
Zanat?
Yes. I look at her and I can't help but see my mom. Like, we were all born there. So when I see the emotions that Asa's mom is going through, it's the same emotions that my mom's going through, I'm going through. Like, imagine, the only thing is now the cycle has been broken. That's what I was thinking of, because now their children that they have, they're not going to have to feel that hurt and pain that Asa has been carrying all these years, and her mom has been carrying, and then I'm sure transferring it a little bit to her daughter and her son. So now when Asa has kids, and if Reza decides to have kids, they can share the good stories, and not like they're having kids and then sharing all of the bad stuff that they've had. They've actually are going to leave it there. And that's that took me under. I was like, okay, that's such a great moment and an experience, because now their kids are only going to hear such great things. And hopefully their kids can go back over there and be like, hey, I brought you back some, I don't know, some rice or something, some caviar, so that's what was more important to me, with the whole situation. And her mom, her mom being able to actually like feel some kind of peace, just being able to experience it and look at it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was definitely such a feel-good moment, and like I said, closure for all of them. And if that was what they needed to get out of this trip, to be able to have those emotions and the feelings of wanting to be able to be back and not being able to, and finally at least getting this close, then they can say goodbye and know that they've been able to do this. And maybe it's not the ideal or perfect situation, but this is as close as they're going to get this time.
And now Reza has broken up with Iran. He says, he was like, I feel like he says he felt like he was like dating her. And now he went and saw her, and now he doesn't even want to be with her anymore. So they've broken up. He says now it's like, but it's not that he even wants to go over there anymore. It's able, and that, what a great experience to see it peacefully from the outside, than going in the mess and the drama and all the stuff. Like, should we be here? Do I have to hide? Now it's like, we're just watching over it like the clouds, and it's beautiful, and it's such a peaceful experience, instead of trying to go in there and there might be a bombing or you know what I mean, like it's better. I think that was perfect for them. I
think so too. And they have a wonderful trip, and drive there talking about it and being able to share all this, and then they come home to everybody just awaiting their arrival, and a wonderful Persian dinner ready and waiting for them, and everyone's happy to hear from them and see them, and they've got gifts. They've got rocks for each one of them, and how cute that MJ has a heart one and Gigi has a dagger, and Mike gets the pretty colored one, and they say, well, clearly there isn't a gift shop around, but to have everybody welcome them and be so excited to see them and know that they're safe.
That's what everyone, and even Mike said, even though him being on the trip, like we said last week, was kind of, he was like, Debbie Downer, just like not as happy for them as they probably wanted him to be. But when they came back, he said, we all collectively were very worried about you guys. And that was good. And we forgot to talk about when they went to Princess Island. And they kept seeing all the ladies with the veils and the curtains, like Reza said.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, because that was a big deal for them as a group. And
Gigi.
Reza's talking about the veils and the woman, and how he's just
so
weirded out by it and surprised.
And Asa, she stops him like, have you not seen, like, this is not something to be weird for you, like,
don't disrespect them, just and then Gigi chimes in, and I was really proud of her, because she said it firmly, but not in a typical Gigi fashion where it's instigating trouble. It was more of, hey, don't judge someone. If you want to talk about somebody, talk about yourself. And I just thought that was so awesome that she was able to put her foot down and say something without insulting, because what happened as soon as Gigi said that?
Reza apologized. I'm sorry if I offended anyone by saying that. And it was I was like, whoa, that was the quickest apology this whole season.
And that's all because of the way you speak to somebody and your tone of voice, and being able to have that open communication without feeling like you're going to be attacked for what you're saying.
And that needs to like resonate on the whole season. Like, if everyone would just like be quiet and apologize,
we wouldn't have a show.
We wouldn't have a show. But because they don't, which we do love the drama at times, we enjoy watching it, and so do you guys. You guys chime in and join and love it too. So that was super funny, super like.
English. What was funny?
Oh,
no! We've got Cortez. Is he in the booth, or is he coming up here to join us?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, hi.
Hey, I'm in the booth.
Like, that scared me. He's like, English. I'm like,
English. You thought I was God.
No, I did. I was like, Lord.
You're like,
you thought I was God, didn't you?
Steven's changed his voice again.
Right. Steven's been showing voiceover.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hi.
I'm sorry, Lyndsey.
Hey, that's okay. How's it going?
I'm looking at the word Lauren, that's why.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, we're so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be. I came in a little late. The show was amazing, but we're not going to talk about that show. I want you all to tell me what happened tonight.
Okay.
Well, we're getting towards the end and we're wrapping up. So you can obviously give us your opinion on this, since we're going to talk about MJ right now and
Whack.
how she is all about having children.
Oh,
And
that's right.
This
She
was
did
a
say
good
that.
sentimental.
This was, it was very sentimental, very emotional for her, very difficult for her to talk about and open up. And as Reza stated, he's never heard her say anything.
Yeah.
Never.
about it at all.
I don't think we have either.
No.
No, we
I
haven't.
haven't either.
She just, I feel like her and Gigi, like, they're such alcoholics. that I'm like, I don't even know at this point if you can have a kid. You know, like, you guys drink so. I'm not throwing
Ouch.
any shade, no shade, but I just feel like they drink so much that I never thought in my head you guys ever
Even
want to
want
have
kids.
Yeah.
Never, ever. But we did see how I guess you can say how hard she was holding on to the guy at the race.
Right.
Remember, she was so close to him.
Yes.
It was like something is wrong. I think they already knew each other because she was holding on pretty tight to his hand.
Yeah, that's
What was
true.
his name?
I forgot.
I can't remember
Eh,
his name, the guy from the horse
can't
race.
think of it.
I
Yeah.
can't remember it either.
Yeah. So now she wants kids.
But this was really difficult for her to talk about and to open up to Asa and to say that she didn't want to bring Asa down talking about this, but she feels like her window has left her. And I mean, if she is in her 40s, it's even in Los Angeles, that ends up getting late.
Yeah. But now, nowadays, you see people having kids that are older, and that's such a common thing now. So I think, like, I know she said that she
I
does.
know it's feasible.
Yeah, it's feasible, but I feel like she shouldn't freak out so much about it. Like, she should, just let time go. She'll find someone.
There you
Oh,
go.
I had
Exactly.
that. I had that freak out on my 30th birthday this year.
Yeah. What?
For 4 months leading up to my birthday, I was just in this funk, and it was turning 30 just scared me so much. I'm from
Wait,
Wisconsin.
Lyndsey, you're 30?
Yeah, I'm 30.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thanks.
I would not think that you're 30, but okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, my best friend and I turned 30 this year, and we both had conversations about it, and we have funny nicknames for each other. If you guys write a little comment, I'll let you know what it is. I'm not going to say it on air right now. But it was really 4 months of a funk of thinking about this, being from Wisconsin, and knowing that most of my friends are married, are on their second children as it is, and have steady careers. And here I am in Los Angeles. I don't own a home. I own my car, but I don't have, I don't have anything stable like that where I know when my next job is.
Right.
So it just scared me, and I think it was just the number, because as soon as I turned 30 that day and I woke up and my roommate had a mimosa and a cupcake waiting for me. She knows me clearly very well. Cupcakes are the way to my heart.
Right.
I literally woke up and I was like, I'm 30, woohoo! And it was fine, but it's still that thought in the back of my head that I do want kids at some point, and that is extremely important to me. And my whole life plan when I was in college and thinking about planning for this was, okay, I'll get married by the time I'm 26, have kids when I'm 28 or 30, and be done having kids by the time I'm 36, because I wanted 3 or 4.
Right.
3 or
I think
4.
that's every girl's, like,
I'm scaring Cortez right now.
3 or 4. Okay.
I want a big family.
you do?
Yeah.
I come from a big family, so I'm
Does
like,
that make you not want a big family?
Yes.
Oh.
wow.
I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, and I'm the middle and the first girl. So I'm so used to being tortured, and then I'm so used to being the mom, like the older sister that everyone's like, King, what are you cooking today? Like, I can go home right now, and I guarantee you someone's like, what are you making tonight? I'm like, did you not see that I was just on air looking so fabulous
Oh,
for
gosh.
so long? And you want me to cook for you? Like, how dare you? No, but I'm just saying, like, I personally probably want like 1 or 2 kids. Like, that is good for me. I love being from a big family, but I know I have so many other siblings that they can have cousins and, have fun.
All that other
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, tell me this, and
Okay.
I'm sorry for the viewers as well, but I want to go back a little bit. Did they come out of Turkey? Did they leave Turkey?
They haven't left Turkey yet. We see that in the next episode. They're still there right now. We did see them go to the border, and that was a little bit dangerous for them to do. But they were able to go, and they all said it felt like great closure.
Well, did any of our predictions come to play about?
No, we've got everyone getting along yet.
No drama.
No, I mean like from last week, from when I think we said that. I said that it's not gonna last. The whole
No
friendship.
drama.
No drama.
drama?
No drama.
No, there almost was a little bit. Okay, let's tell you a little bit of the good things. Okay, so MJ and Mike hugged it out, and she forgave him for the buttery chocolate croissant.
She did.
And Mike,
Too late, a little
Mike
too late.
says, Mike says he really loves MJ, and she says like a little brother. Then, so there almost was a little bit drama, but it got just talking
with
about
the
that.
veil.
It got settled so fast.
Gigi got a little bit frustrated with Reza because Reza kept bringing up the veils on the women and being weirded out by it and doesn't understand it. And Gigi actually put him in his place, but in a firm but polite way.
Right.
And immediately he was like, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. And we both looked at each other because we couldn't believe how easily that issue was worked out.
So your prediction was wrong.
Dun, dun, dun.
No
But-
trouble, no drama.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get a male's perspective
On the children.
on the children. Cortez,
okay.
tell us your dream or your situation, or if you have someone or what you want.
What I want in my life?
Yes, for you.
Well, I do want kids. I
Okay.
want twins, actually. I want a boy and a girl.
Okay.
And if I can't get them at the same time, I'm going to adopt the other one that did not come. But anyways, I want kids, and I'm 28 years old. I'll be 29 this year.
Okay.
So I did say to myself, honestly, it's so funny that you asked me this because I was thinking about this maybe 3 days ago. I said, by the time I'm 31 and I don't have kids, I'm going to adopt.
Oh, nice.
But for me, I think that's the whole Madonna and the whole seeing people adopt at a, it kind of inspired me. And I feel like if I'm not going to meet anyone, I still want to carry on because I'm the last kid in on my father's side.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And,
So you got to carry on the name.
Exactly. And as you all know from last week, I don't know the side of my mom's family. So I kind of feel like I have to carry that on.
Right.
So I would definitely want, of course, to have my own kids my own way. But if not, I will adopt. As far as marriage,
I think we all feel like we're all on the same wave.
Well, for me, the whole marriage thing is I don't feel like I have to have a ring or do the whole ceremony thing. I feel like I don't need a piece of paper to say that we're married. Now, if she wants that, then great. We're going to go for it. Boom, bada boom. We're going to go to Istanbul and get a diamond from there. And we're going to come back and we're going to get married. But I wouldn't mind getting married.
Okay.
But it's not like that's the first thing on my list, kind of sort of. I think kids are the first thing on my list first.
So I'm going to play The Bachelor for a second. Ladies, Cortez, let them know. Are you
Where they can get a hold of you.
I am available.
You are
It's
available?
available. Find him
Signed and delivered.
Find him on his Instagram, Twitter, and
Signed
Facebook.
and delivered. Please deliver. My Instagram
If
is.
that life adds up to the life that you guys are having out there, you ladies, call him. Let him know.
call
We
me,
can
call
vouch
me.
that he's an awesome, handsome, attractive,
I'm all right.
sweet
Buff.
dude.
I'm all right.
And he's
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I love the viewers though. The viewers have been showing us some really good
They
love
really
on YouTube
have.
and
They really
iTunes.
have.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Like for real. And I even test them all. You are the viewers to the viewers. When I was not gonna make it tonight, I test my two co-hosts and I said, please apologize to the viewers. I'm
Yeah.
And we
not gonna be
did.
there. I was so sad because
And look
I
it.
enjoy being here every Tuesday.
And we
Not
got
only
you.
with my two co-hosts, but with the viewers. The viewers have really shown their interest in our show, and that really makes me feel really, really good. So I definitely appreciate that.
We do too.
We do too. We're glad.
love you guys.
We're glad.
I cried in front of you all. Like, come on, we're like family now.
It was so sweet, but it was such an it's an endearing moment, and that, as like I said, that brings us all closer together as a family. And I definitely feel like we've got like a little family here, and our little like viewer family. It's like, all right, guys, right now, see this little hug I'm doing? This is all the viewers right now in the little computer world, internet world. I've got you. I'm hugging you right now.
You're
This is
cradling them.
and I'm hugging my co-hosts and everybody in the booth, and
Yeah.
we've all got so much love to share, and we appreciate the love you guys share with us.
love you,
So
mommy.
let's talk a little bit. What I snuck away for was some news and gossip,
Okay.
because I've got some news and gossip. All right, a couple different things. On DailyMail.com, Joanna Krupa hosted a pre-Super Bowl party at the Hyatt Bellagio in Las Vegas and was spotted on the red carpet with Miss Gigi, and they even puckered up for a couple of photos on the red carpet, and both were looking obviously absolutely stunning. Joanna Krupa is another Bravo celebrity and also model. She's had a lot of success, and she's on Housewives of Miami. But also, Gigi had a couple pictures on her Instagram, and they both looked so cute and like they were having a lot of fun. So that was good to see Gigi having a good time out on the town and smiling and not showing so much.
Mm-hmm. And she seems like, I mean, we also mentioned she hangs out with Lily.
Mm-hmm.
We do see a few pictures on her Instagram hanging out with Lily as well. So maybe they've rekindled or grown
Their friendship.
fonder. Yeah. Of
Who
each other.
else's Instagram did you check out this week?
Well, we didn't have our music today for news and
making our own
gossip,
music up.
but I have my own. Oh,
There it is.
Okay, so the news that I have is I was searching, and this will also lead into our prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was searching through Mike's Instagram, and he hangs out and has a fabulous lifestyle with a lot of rich people. And then also, so that led me to Jessica's Instagram. You know how Instagram is, you just go from one thing to the other.
Absolutely.
And so then I went on her Instagram, and I see that she's posting that she just turned 25, which I'm 25 as well. But she just turned 25, and I'm like, whoa, I thought she was way older this whole time.
I didn't think I thought she was like maybe 29, but
Yeah.
never would have thought that she had just turned 25 at all.
Yeah,
She
so-
seems much more mature than that.
And that she's so
Not that that's
ready.
not, and I'm not saying that that's not mature. When you're 25, you're not mature.
Right.
But she just seems, the whole converting thing, I feel like that's like a very, very
Yes.
adult, like,
Yes.
lifestyle change
And
thing.
that's what I kind of want to talk about for a little bit. Okay, so I know the things that I would have done in my earlier 20s are things that I wouldn't do now. So I'm just hoping that her converting and doing all of that, because she is young, and you get head over heels for a man, and you're like, I will give him anything if he wants, you know, whatever, I'm going to give it to him. So it's easier, do you feel like, and you guys let us know, and Cortez let us know too, do you feel like it's easier to adapt to your partner that's way older? Because I've dated way older guys as well. And I'm like, I will give you the moon and the stars. I will go up and get it for you. And I feel like that's what she's doing now by converting. Do you feel like, is she doing it because she's so young and that he's preying on her kind of because she's young?
No, I don't think that at all. I think they have a really, really good, strong relationship, and obviously a good chemistry going, and they've known each other for a while. But I don't think that that's really and I hope that that's not an issue. It doesn't seem like that. If he's considering buying her an $80,000 ring, I don't think he's preying on her.
Right.
Certainly, you know.
But
I
then,
mean, and she had her own life going for her, and she's a nurse. She doesn't really need some guy taking care of her either.
no, but then, you know, like, you're young and you're willing to do anything for, you know, your significant other because you really like them. They're older. They seem like they know a lot. But I'm so glad, thank you, Jesus, that I didn't do those things for my ex-boyfriend, because now I look back on it and I'm like, he didn't deserve that. Like, you need to be going and getting the moon and the stars for me.
Well, and I think that that's their relationship has been strong. They haven't had, it seems like, as far as we can tell, they haven't had any issues. So maybe that's why they're ready.
No, next week we do.
But next week we see something. But I've got one more bit of gossip.
Okay.
On classiclight.com, GG, Reza, Lily, MJ, and Mike will star in a new digital series called Shahs Come Clean with Nadine.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Hosted by Nadine Rajabi, and the cast will be rehashing every episode so we can get all the behind-the-scenes gossip.
And is it all in the bathtub?
And they're doing it in the bathtub because they're coming clean.
Yeah. So it's
At least the
super
first
funny.
episode is going to be anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll have another new little bit of information to hear from all of them. So that'll be quite interesting. But let's get into our predictions for next week.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
You go ahead, Miss English.
Okay, so we saw a little bit of a preview this episode for next episode. That they're all like, okay, they look like they're having the time of their life. Like, they are on something, just having so much fun, you know, like enjoying all of them together, slip and sliding and doing all of that. And then they're at a dinner and they all gasp and they all start clapping. So my prediction is, I feel like, and I didn't see a ring on her Instagram, but I do feel like that Mike proposed to Jessica.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. They can't show anything on their Instagrams. They have to wait to post all that stuff until the episode airs, which is really sad that you can't share that news with your family and friends. I don't know. I haven't looked up that if they're engaged or not, so it could be out there already. But I believe the same thing. I think we're going to get either a proposal by them or, playing devil's advocate, what if it's Reza and Adam?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Maybe they're deciding to get married. So we've got a big episode next week, the season finale of Shahs of Sunset before we get to the reunion. Where can they find you, English?
You can find me, English Cleveland, on Instagram. And now I have a Twitter, everyone.
Yay!
My Twitter, I only have 3 followers, so go follow me. My Twitter is English Speaks. And my Instagram, as always, is Pink English. Thank you so much.
And you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lyndsey Wegner, and my blog, lyndseyWegner.blogspot.com. And Cortez, is he still in the studio there?
I was here.
He's here. Cortez, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Cortez G West. I have my own little crew, AfterBuzz crew back here. Don't try to hide from the camera. I see you.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. So glad we could get Cortez in at the end and give us some of his gossip and ideas for the show. Thank you, Miss English, and we'll see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.